Welcome to the City of Pinellas Parks City Council meeting. Our city offers superior parks, premium recreational services, exceptional public safety resources, optimal investment opportunities, and more. Our mayor and city council welcomes you to tonight's meeting.
Good evening. It is Tuesday, November 26th of 2024, calling to order a city council meeting. This evening we will have an invocation and pledge of allegiance before we start, and our invocation is being delivered by Reverend Ray Sims of King of Peace Church. So please rise if you wish.
Would you please join me in prayer? Holy One, known by many names and beyond all names, Spirit of life, love, community, and justice, we ask your blessing on the people you have been called to lead the community in which we live, work, and play. May the leadership of this city always remember that all people are our neighbors, regardless of the labels they may be placed upon them. Give them wisdom and empathy to protect the least of those among us, our children, the elderly, the poor, those who are hungry, those who have no homes, those who are ill in body, mind, or spirit, the strangers and immigrants in our midst, those who live on the margins, those who are alone, and those who are forgotten. Grant them and us the insight and courage to know and do what is right and good and true. May they and we speak out when it's time to speak out, and listen patiently and respectfully when it is time to listen. May they and we always be guided by the spirit of community, by the spirit of justice, and by the spirit of love. This we pray in the name of all that we hold sacred and holy, all that we hold good and right and true. May it be so.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pastor Sims, can I have you come up, please? Thank you so much for doing our invocation this evening. And it is our pleasure, City Council and myself, whereas weekly worship services began in 1975 with a group of 12. After outgrowing 3 previous locations, the congregation purchased the Fifth Avenue Cinema building in 1990 and made it into a church. Whereas in 1993, they founded and housed Metropolitan Charities Incorporated that provides programs and services for people with HIV and AIDS. Whereas now called Metro Wellness and Community Centers, it has grown into a separate location in Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Pasco County. And whereas a vibrant blend worship experience, social activities, music, congregation care, outreach, and spiritual and personal education programs continue to serve as the foundation of our King of Peace, MCC family life. And whereas as the church continues to grow in the 21st century, they are committed to expanding these programs. Whereas the City of Pinellas Parks thanks King of Peace, MCC, for keeping values and dedication to the spiritual, physical, emotional enrichment in the City of Pinellas Park. Now, therefore, I, Sandra Lee Bradbury, Mayor of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, and on behalf of the entire City Council, do hereby proclaim January of 2025 as King of Peace MCC 50th anniversary. and urge all citizens to check out the organization for their contributions to this community and others. In witness, I set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, to be fixed on this 26th day of November of 2024. Thank you again for doing our invocation this evening, and I want to present this proclamation to you for your church and your community. Thank you so much. You as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Mr. Mike, can I have you come up, please? Yeah, could have. This is Mike Fortenberry. He has 10 years of dedicated service to the City of Pinellas Park. Mike began his journey with the Pinellas Park Fire Department in November of 2014. His current role is Fire Lieutenant EMT. Mike has an Associates of Arts degree from St. Petersburg College, as well as multiple certifications, including EMT, FO1, which I'm assuming is Fire Ops 1, and Fire Ops 2, Instructor 1, and Live Fire Training Instructor. He is a very active member of the department and the city, serving as an SPC preceptor for EMT program, training division instructor, acting district chief, fire pension trustee, City of Pinellas Park's 457 committee member. He also serves the City of Pinellas Park's safety committee member, Local 2193, overtime policy chair, and Local 2193 vice president. Mike is married to his wife Rachel for 19 years. Together they have a son Noah and a daughter Avery. In his spare time, Mike enjoys spending time traveling with family and friends. And we want to congratulate Mike on 10 years of service. Hopefully there's a lot more there.
Hold on, we got feet.
And the extended family.
Where's Noah? Next year.
Thank you. This is Rob Angel with 20 years of dedicated service to the City of Pinellas Park. Rob began his journey with Pinellas Park Fire Department in November of 2004. He has risen through the ranks to his current role as Deputy Chief of Operations, a position that he's held since 2018. Rob's education background includes multiple certificates and degrees aimed at enhancing his experiences and leadership skills. He has earned a Certificate of Emergency Medical Technician and Firefighter 1 and 2 from St. Pete College in 2003, followed by a Paramedic Certificate in 2006, an Associate in Arts degree from Columbia Southern University. He is certified as a Supervised Management, Certified Public Manager from the Florida State University, both obtained in 2017. Rob is also a graduate of the Leadership Pinellas class of 2020. Throughout his career, Rob has been recognized for his exceptional service. He received a Certificate of Merit from St. Petersburg College in 2005 and was twice nominated for Paramedic of the Year in 2009, and 2011. And in 2011, he was the Pinellas Park Firefighter Paramedic of the Year. His leadership was acknowledged with his promotion to Division Chief of EMS in 2014 before advancing to his current role. Rob's career reflects his unwavering dedication to public safety, professional growth, and community service. Rob is married to his lovely wife, Yvonne, for 36 years and has 4 sons and 4 grandchildren. We want to congratulate Rob on 20 years of dedicated service. A few more in there, sir? Very good. Thank you. And you can't, one more, Miss Dawn Wise.
Where's Parker?
This is Dawn Wise, who has offered the city of Pinellas Park and our citizens 25 years of dedicated service. On November 19th of 1999, Dawn began her career as a CAD technician for the city of Pinellas Park in the engineering division. Dawn has been an integral part of the city's success in growing the engineer division, now called construction services, and ensures that we have the best up-to-date data to use for projects and conflicts. During her time with the city, she has also been serving in the Navy as an engineer aide, and in 2004, Dawn was deployed to Iraq for 11 months, as well as being sent to the Middle East every quarter for 6 years to help resolve engineering conflicts there as well. And in 2015, she was deployed to Djibouti, Africa, for 11 months, and that was her last deployment. Dawn retired from the Navy in 2020 after serving our country for 22 years. During her time with the city, Dawn continued her education, graduated with her bachelor's degree in geography with an emphasis on GIS. Since November of 1999, Dawn has dedicated herself to her work and ensuring that it is close to perfect as possible. Dawn enjoys the outdoors, especially traveling. She has been to 30 countries, 20 states, and enjoys camping, learning and reading and exercising. Dawn loves animals and has 2 kittens named Hannah and Yodi. We want to congratulate her on 25 years of dedicated service, and I will say also a congratulations on serving your country for 20 years as well. Thank you very much. And pictures. Do you want to call up any of your extended family over there?
The closest thing you got, we're coming.
You better pick wisely. You better stay next to you better get next to Don. Bad idea.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jillian Rose. I'm the Community Engagement Program Manager for the City of Pinellas Park. And tonight I have the great honor of having our SAGES group up here with us today. And I'm going to take you back 6 years ago. Our community faced a big problem. We had a huge problem with falls. And the bigger problem was, how do we educate fall prevention? So I happened to go to a meeting one time and sat next to these two lovely ladies, and Linda Goldman said, I'm thinking about writing a play on how to prevent falls. It's going to be put on by seniors for seniors. And I said, oh my goodness, if you get that play, I'm bringing it here to our Pinellas Park community. And I didn't know how it was going to go. We had no idea. And we worked so hard and we promoted it and we opened the doors and 550 people walked into our Performing Arts Center and packed our pack. It was the most attention we ever brought to fall prevention. But they didn't stop there. They also brought other difficult topics for our senior community. They brought fraud prevention with phony baloney, caregiving, dementia and Alzheimer awareness, and this year coming up, we're even going to have Dealmaker, which talks about senior driving. So, yeah, or giving up the car keys, one or the other. But it's very tough topics, but they make it very easy for our community to talk about them. And not only do we get a chance to watch the plays, have a little bit of humor, but we also have take-home tables at the back of the room where people can go and get education and all kinds of great materials. And tonight, it is with great honor that I tell you guys, not only did the plays were a big hit in our community, but they also got to go to the Kelly Clarkson show this year and promote the plays as well, too. So they're nationally known. And I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts and promote you guys with a Community Partnership Award. This one's going to be so heavy. And tell you thank you so much for making our Pinellas Park community a safer community. Do you guys want to? Do you guys want to say a few words?
Okay. Hi, I'm Christine. So we are just so thrilled that our home city is now Pinellas Park, and mainly because of this young lady here who just has done so much to help us bring this to the community. So we have something for the city of Pinellas Park. This year, for the first time, we did our fundraiser here in Pinellas Park called the Golden Heart Awards, and these were meant for seniors over the age of 50 who have served their community in many capacities. And so we wanted to give a special Golden Heart to the city of Pinellas Park for everything that you do for your community and what this young lady does to show that. So we just wanted to thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, Pinellas Park is a wonderful place. We are so glad that we are here.
We're going to take you national with us.
That's an actress for you, right? All right, TeenWorks, Mr. Felix.
Thank you very much. Olivia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Felix. I'm the Recreation Aquatic Supervisor for the city, and I'm here with a great group of teen volunteers, TeenWorks. We're going to talk about a couple activities that we've done and that have a plan in the future, next coming weeks or so. This past weekend, we actually did a holiday give back. So we gave food to needy families, provided a hot meal for them, and pretty much everybody here participated in that. A lot of the extra cans that we had at that event yesterday, me and a few of the members, we went to one of our food pantries and delivered. We filled up their pantry. They had nothing in there. So that's one of the things I was going to talk about, is that we are doing a canned food drive. So our rec centers, the library, City Hall, we do have some containers that if you would like to donate some cans, we would collect them, and we're going to deliver them throughout the city to several food pantries. Let's see what else we have. We have Breakfast with Santa coming up. A couple of these kids are going to be participating. We're going to do whatever they need. One of the favorite things we like to do is get dressed up as the Grinch and run around, have fun with friends and families, and it's a great event. And the next thing we also have, if you've noticed, we have a couple of the mugs that we, as a team, we worked together. It took us a couple days to get them all set and done, but we have some mugs that I'll have the president, Noah, he's going to speak a little bit about it and let you know some of the locations that we have them.
Hello, guys. Thank you for having us here today. So, like he said, our holiday Christmas mugs, you've probably seen them given out here around. But you can also get them at a couple different places. We have them at Broderick and Forbes, the recreation centers. We also have them at, the senior center, as well as here. They have them upstairs at Donovan's office where you can get them. And what it includes is it's the holiday mug, which comes in a couple of different varieties that you've seen, as well as it has a pair of socks. It has a candy cane in it, a few chocolates, as well as a little hot cocoa bag. And it's all wrapped up nicely with a little gift tag on it where you can write to it's who and who it's from to give it as a nice little holiday gift. Thank you all. Very nice.
Thank you.
The picture up? There we go. For those of you in the audience, this is Ethel. And with Bart's help a couple of years ago, the city is now, with our wonderful agricultural farm, pardoning a turkey that gets to live out its life there. Previously it was Fred. It is Thanksgiving time, and we have a lot to be thankful for, and time to remember and embrace those who enrich our lives, to gather with loved ones and reflect on many blessings. Ethel is 4 years old and has provided countless children a unique opportunity to have close encounters with feathered friends. She came to the farm in 2021 to spend the rest of her days relaxing in her pool and eating grapes. I am honored and privileged to have the opportunity to pardon Ethel today. And on behalf of the City Council and myself, we are wishing everybody a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. And as Councilwoman Patty Gale says, always check on your neighbors and make sure that you are looking after your neighbors as well. So we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and we will get our council meeting started. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Moving on to the next item on our agenda would be for any of our wonderful citizens that are in the audience. If you have anything that you would like to ask a question about, or if you would like to come up and just talk about anything in general that is not on our agenda this evening, this would be the time to do so. Name and address for the record, please.
Steve and Noreen Hodges, we live in the Lakes, and we would like to know what the city's position is in regard to OCC and the noise emanating from there. We've gone a long time with no issues, but this past weekend we got back to intolerable. And so when we called, about 10 minutes after 10 on Friday night, it was 10:40 before the music stopped. We realize that part of the ordinance is a problem and that the decibel violation must be consistent, I think, for an hour. But it doesn't have to be consistent to be disruptive. And so we'd like to know, what is the city's position? We feel like that business never should have been authorized so close to a residential area. And we have a neighbor who is a sound engineer and thinks that it could be mitigated considerably by redirecting the band in another direction and baffling and other stuff that I'm not sure I understand. But right now, does the city have any plans to?
It's the first complaint I've gotten so this year. Yeah, I mean, we deal with them. They've been a good neighbor to us. They've been a good business for us. They permitted everything. They did everything right. I haven't heard. I don't know if Adam, you're getting complaints at all, but we do go out and check. We do decimal readings. There is an ordinance in place that has to be off by a certain time, and we just follow up and do our thing. But they've been good to us. So if we have an issue with them, they'll work with us and make it right. Remember, the issue we had this weekend was the windows were open.
Yeah. Well, this not only is the lakes, it's the mainlands, it's the villas, it's in back of us. It affects so many people, and we've driven around the neighborhood asking folks, and they go, "Oh yeah, major problem." The folks that their backyards back up to that facility, I don't know how they tolerate it. We have hurricane windows, we don't hear anything, but when they're playing, the whole house vibrates. So it's really. I know we've been to council before, maybe a few years ago, about this issue, but it certainly is an annoyance, and we want good neighbors. We want to be positive. After hearing all these great positive things tonight, for us to come up here and kind of complain about an establishment that is taxpayers, I mean, they're all good, but for us residents in our area, it's really intolerable. So on a more positive note, I'd like to give a big shout out to the City of Pinellas Park Police. Yesterday I went by and I picked up this Pinellas County Homeless Resource Guide. And today I was at the Vincent House and one of their members approached me and said, as of January the 1st, I'm going to be homeless. I ran home immediately and got one of these, and it was like I had given her a gift from the heavens, because it has everything in there she would ever need to know. She didn't know how to do it, who to call. And this little guide is totally awesome, and I have a supply. I'm going to take it to the nonprofits that we're involved with here in Pinellas Park and make sure that they have this. So just thank you all for making this opportunity available for those that need a helping hand. So it feels strange to be up here complaining about something, but we want to thank you all for the good work you do and the partnerships that we have formed. But we have lived in our house for 50 years. We were here a lot longer before they were. We wish that they were a better neighbor to the lakes and the mainlands.
So are you going to approach
We always talk to them. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Some of the issues we have, and I'm just putting this out there, when we have these noises, and we have them it's not just OCC. Sometimes it's the, Quakers, they can live across the street. There's other places on 66th Street. We typically pick up more noise from traffic and in your area from the airplanes than we do from the music. It's just one of these things we deal with, but you get so used to traffic noise. You get so used to airplanes flying over. You know what else has come up is the speedway. We can hear the speedway at certain hours, but we're so used to it. It's just one of those things when you hear this music. And I'll tell you, it's certain types of music too. Sometimes they'll play country. We don't get many complaints. When we hear the hard rock and roll, we get complaints. So it's just.
I've had a neighbor come by and I'm in the yard and he says, "What do you think of the music?" I said, "Well, right now I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
But at 10 o'clock tonight, I'm not.
Right.
I don't care what it is." And
yeah. They just need to turn it off. We'll work on it.
Thank you.
He's fine. Let's get a beer.
Thank you. Is there anybody else in the audience that would like to come up and speak at this time? Seeing none, we do not have any items that are quasi-judicial this evening, so we're moving on to Section 2, approval of minutes. Councilmember Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Make a motion, we approve regular council minutes of the November 14th, 2024 meeting as on file in the city clerk's office.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify on your voter tabulator. Is it working? There we go.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to section 3, public hearings, item P1, ordinance number 4279.
Item P1, ordinance number 4279, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pinellas Park by amending Chapter 18, Land Development Code, to remove minimum building separation requirements and add references to the Florida Building Code separation requirements, amending Section 18-1506.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1507.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1508.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1509.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1510.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1511.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1512.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1513.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1514.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1515.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1516.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1517.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1518.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1519.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1520.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1521.4, dimensional and area development standards, amending Section 18-1523.4, dimensional regulations, amending Section 18-1524.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1525.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1528.4, dimensional and area regulations, amending Section 18-1530.17, minimum building separation, providing for the inclusion of such amended ordinance in the Code of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
Item P1, ordinance number 4279's public hearing, second and final reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Megan.
Good evening. My name is Megan Montesino, Development Review Manager, and I'll be presenting P1, which is LDC-0724-00011. So the request is to do an amendment to the Land Development Code to remove building separation requirements and add references to Florida Building Code separation requirements to each zoning district. The overview is removal of Section 18-1530.17, which is minimum building separation, and amending the appropriate zoning districts under the dimensional and area regulations or development standards subsections to state must meet Florida Building Code separation requirements. Staff recommends approval of this case, and on October 3rd, Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of this case as well. I am here if you have any questions.
Thank you. City Council have any questions of Megan on this item? Vice Mayor Sabel.
Thank you, Mayor. So what's the difference between yesterday and today? What's the difference between the separations? Can you give me an example?
So for residential, let's say, the Florida Building Code between structures is as minimum as I believe 5 feet, where ours is 15 feet. And then same for commercial. Commercial, it's 10 feet. And then for our code, it's 15 feet. And then it just goes up from there. So if your building's, 2 stories, it has to be 25-foot separation. And then if it's above, I believe 35, it's an additional foot for every foot it's over for separation.
So is that going to take in for the air conditioners also?
It'll just be for the buildings, the
Just
actual
for the buildings,
structures.
okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I was going to ask a very similar question to that, which we had talked about during our workshops and everything. Most of the neighborhoods have 5, 10, 15-foot separation between homes and things of that nature. So thank you for that. Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing at its second and final reading and entertain a motion. Vice Mayor Spill.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to pass ordinance number 4279, public hearing, second and final reading.
Second.
Motion has been made in second. All those in favor, cast your votes or opposed.
Motion carries unanimously.
Moving on to item P2, resolution number 24-29.
Item P2, resolution number 24-29, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, approving the 2023 Consolidated Annual Performance Evaluation Report, CAPER, with the addition of public comments, authorizing staff to submit the report to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P2, resolution number 24-29's public hearing, first and final reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Stevenson. I am the grants coordinator for the Community Services Division. I'm here presenting P2. It's resolution 2429. It's for our CDBG Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, which we call a CAPER, for our program year 2023. Back a little bit of background. In accordance with the 24 CFR Part 91 Community Development Block Grant, our CDBG grantees are required each year, obviously, to submit a consolidated annual performance and evaluation report, which is the CAPER, to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, within 90 days of the close of the grantee's program year. The program year 2023 CAPER evaluates the city's use of CDBG program funds from the period October 1, 2023 to September 30th of 2024. The CAPER enables HUD to assess Pinellas Park's performance in achieving its consolidated plan goals. A summary, engineering and design began on the Harmony Heights project during our program year 2022. Phase 1A has been completed on the Harmony Heights project. We're expecting Phase 2 and Phase 3 to continue with HUD funding until completion. CDB funds that were expended this year during our program 2023, we spent $1,268,104.99 for the Harmony Heights project. Section CR05, construction of sidewalks and paving in the Harmony Heights neighborhood, started after the close of program year 2022. It helped 1,115 households served by the Phase 1A project. Section CR20, Pinellas Park's households seeking affordable housing assistance receive referrals to the Pinellas County Housing Authority. Section CR25, CDBG and CDBG CV funds are not utilized for homeless outreach. However, the city uses local funds to support the agencies that provide outreach services. This is the Harmony Heights project, Phase 1, 2, and 3. We are currently finished with Part 1A. And here's a couple of pictures of the sidewalks and the road from the Harmony Heights project. And staff recommends approval of Resolution 2429. If anybody has any questions.
Does City Council have any questions of Rebecca on this item? Seeing none, is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by Councilmember Butler.
Mayor, make a motion we approve resolution number 24-29, public hearing, first and final reading.
Second.
Motion has been made in second. All those in favor to make your motion?
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Seville?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I'd just like to tell you I really appreciate everything that y'all do because it really does make a difference in these neighborhoods.
It really
When we
does.
come in there and put in new sidewalks, new driveways, curbing, it makes a big difference, and I think it helps the neighbors
Mm-hmm.
pick up and take more pride in their property. It's awesome. Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you. Moving on to item P3, resolution number 24-30.
Item P3, resolution number 24-30, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, authorizing substantial amendments to the city's approved 2023 through 2027 Community Development Block Grant CDBG Consolidated Plan by removing program goals based on community needs, authorizing the submittal of the city's substantial amendments to Housing and Urban Development, HUD, for review and approval, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P3, resolution number 24-30, public hearing, first and final reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Rebecca once again.
I'll also be presenting P3 for Resolution 2430 for a substantial amendment to our 2023-2027 consolidated plan. The city's consolidated plan covers goals and objectives of the Community Development Block Program. To maximize the use of the CDBG funds, staff conducted a review of all facets of the CDBG program. To implement projects and programs serving low to moderate income residents of Pinellas Park more effectively, staff is proposing a substantial amendment to the 2023-2027 consolidated plan. In accordance with 24 CFR 91-105, the proposed substantial amendments are required based on these clauses found in our city citizen participation plan. The use of funds change from one eligible activity to another. A decision is made to make a change in the allocation priorities or a change in the method of distribution of the funds. As a small entitlement city with limited funds, staff proposes to cancel the following goals from the Pinellas Parks 2023 to 2027 consolidated plan. We're looking to take out public services, homelessness, homeowners assistance, and affordable housing. The amended consolidated plan will focus on two high priority project goals to improve safety and mobility for Pinellas Park residents: public facilities and infrastructure improvements, and planning and administration. Improvements will continue in the Harmony Heights area located in the Census Tract 249.06, which is a low to moderate income community with 51.98% of the households falling below the median income level, according to HUD. In the section CR05, construction of sidewalks and paving in the Harmony Heights neighborhood started obviously after the program year 2022. Households served by this project will be reflected in our program year 2023 CAPER, which we just discussed. Section CR20, Pinellas Park's households seeking affordable housing and assistance will receive referrals to Pinellas County Housing Authority. Section CR25, CDBG and CDBG funds will not be used for homelessness outreach. However, the city uses local funds to support agencies that provide outreach services. Here's some pictures of them on the project for the Harmony Heights. Same pictures probably of it completed. And then staff recommends approval of resolution 2430. And if anybody has any questions.
Thank you. Does City Council have any questions for Rebecca? I don't know if you'll be able to answer this or not, Rebecca. With the changing of what we're spending on, so once we're done with this one, Harmony Heights, phase 2 and 3, then our next goal will be to go on to another neighborhood to improve those as well.
Yes.
Their curbing, their sidewalks, and things of that nature.
I mean, as long as everybody in the city wants that, we can absolutely go on to the next one. Yes. Which makes it look better in the city.
And mobility better for
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
the neighbors in those neighborhoods that we're doing the improvements to. Vice Mayor Seville.
Yes. So we're no longer helping residents who may need a roof.
No, we're still doing that.
We are still doing
Yes.
that.
Reasons.
It's just coming out of different funding.
Yes.
Okay.
The easiest way to explain this is the CDBG grant is very specific in how you can spend it. Tammy can spend an hour up here explaining this to you. We're really just trying to narrow this down to where we know we can get approved for this money and spend it on certain things. We're still doing that's why she mentioned the way she did the homeless stuff's coming from a different fund. We're going to still do all that nice, really nice things, but it just makes it easier for us to spend this money. It's very hard we tried to use this money everywhere for right projects, but then HUD comes back and you can't do it for this, you can't do it for that. So we finally found a niche, and that's kind of what we're cleaning it up with this.
Cool. Very good. Sounds great.
Councilwoman Reed and then Councilwoman Butler afterwards.
Maybe that's what it says. The Pinellas Park households will be referred to the Pinellas County Housing Authority. So why? If they're helping them with the roofs, is it something different or?
Well, if they need any other help, I mean, we, as far as Pinellas Park is concerned, we help with roofs and all that kind of stuff in the city funding for that program. But anything else, like if they need help with the rents, you know what I mean? Like if they're low income and they can't afford to pay $2,000 a month based on their income, Pinellas County would help with their rents, put them in an apartment, that sort of thing.
Do we currently do that?
We do not.
No, I mean, do we currently refer them
Yes.
over there?
We've always done it.
Yes,
okay,
we do.
that's what I was at.
It's just clearing up the verbiage.
Okay.
what you're reading
Yeah.
tonight, what
Yeah.
So it's the same. It just is now
Yes.
in black and white there. Okay. Thank you.
Councilman Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. I assume that we identify the different neighborhoods that are in need based on just our current. I know we keep data on, who's due for sidewalks and all that stuff, where those needs are. So that's kind of based on, I know this is all grant specific, but when we're talking about where we're directing the grant funds and where we're applying it, that's just based on the existing information that we have as far as where the need is in the community, correct?
It is, and it's also based on low to moderate income. HUD's GIS mapping system is different than our mapping system. So that's basically.
And that piece
That's
is needed for that particular.
It is, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that means that we get the grant money from the CDBG. We can spend it in one neighborhood, and then through our budget, we can spend some of our money in another neighborhood to do similar items.
Yes.
Does HUD's evaluation seem to be higher than ours?
No.
No.
Really?
No. No. After looking at the GIS map for the city and HUD, it's completely different. Like HUD, the city GIS map is lower than the HUD's. So it's just completely different.
Do they actually maybe bring in when they're looking at a GIS section, do they actually maybe bring in another portion that would make that neighborhood look like their income is more? It's not neighborhood specific, is it?
It's not neighborhood specific, no. It's just based on their data.
See, that's a problem. Like that neighborhood, what's that neighborhood on the west side of 66th Street, south of 90th, that has no sidewalks and real drainage over there?
I mean, I can.
Jan Corey subdivision.
Yeah, we can check the neighborhood.
Yeah,
we
I'd
can
like
look
you
it
to
up.
check that because
It's in there. We have a bunch of them in there.
I
Youth
think
Park's still in there.
I don't think that's in there because we talked about this one time before. Yes. And I think it didn't meet HUD's.
This is what I was getting at. Is that they make it so specific to how you can use the money. So
Mhm.
when
That block group
Mhm.
yeah,
up and
That's
because
HUD's.
CPD grants, the low to moderate income neighborhoods change every year. So every year we have to make sure. If Harmony Heights falls, you see they're barely over 50. If they fall below 50, they are disqualified.
the issue we had with Jan Corey was it Jan? What's
I would
yeah.
Yeah,
have to
Jan
look.
Corey.
Jan Corey's issue was it's not all city. So
Right.
there's a mix of Pinellas County and city. They're very specific on who uses the money and where it
Yes.
goes. And that was a trigger with Youth Park. We were going to use some of the money at Youth Park area, and it was a county trigger on some of the different people who were using the park and stuff like that. They're just very specific on how you can use it. I know with Jan Corey it was an issue because it was less than 50% of it was city owned, and the rest was Pinellas County, not owned, but annexed into the city, and the rest was Pinellas County.
I also think it didn't meet the primarily residential.
Right.
Had too much industry.
The commercial on the north end. Right.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't do
That's their maps.
specific neighborhood.
No.
Right.
It does an outline.
Right.
It's a
Yes.
bigger
Because I
area.
think there's only 16 homes in there that aren't within it annexed into the city.
Part of what makes our allocation so low is when we look at the total number of block groups in our city, we only have about 5 that meet HUD's low to moderate standard.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anybody else in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion by City Council. Councilmember Butler.
Mayor, make a motion, we adopt resolution number 24-30, public hearing, first and final reading.
Second the motion.
Motion has been made in second. Cast your ballots for yay or nay.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to section 4, consent agenda item C1.
Item C1 is authorization for the City of Pinellas Park to accept a right-of-way easement from Cortland Capital Group LLC at 7625 55th Street North. Item number C2 is to approve authorization for the mayor to sign a subaward and grant agreement number Z4295 and all subsequent subawards and grant agreements and modifications related to Hurricane Debbie. Item number C3 is to approve authorization for the mayor to sign a subaward and grant agreement number Z4426 and all subsequent subawards and grant agreements and modifications related to Hurricane Helene. Item number C4 is to approve authorization for the mayor to sign a subaward and grant agreement number Z4440 and all subsequent subawards and grant agreements and modifications related to Hurricane Milton. Item number C5 is to approve authorization to purchase under NASPO 00318 contract 19860 19 mobile APX radios from Motorola Solutions Inc. of Chicago, Illinois at a total cost of $193,581.88. Item number C6 is to approve authorization for emergency disaster debris monitoring services to Rostan Solutions in the amount estimated to be $500,000. Item number C7 is resolution number 24-32, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, to designate public works professionals as first responders as federally mandated by the President of the United States, providing for an effective date. Item number C8 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell contract 6 new 2025 Chevrolet Tahoe two-wheel drive 9C1 Police at a cost of $468,696. Item C9 is to Is for authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract 1 2025 Chevrolet Tahoe two-wheel drive LS at a cost of $70,447. Item number C10 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract 6 new 2025 Chevrolet Tahoe two-wheel drive 9C1 police vehicles at a cost of $468,696. Item number C11 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract 1 new 2025 Chevrolet Blazer front-wheel drive LT at a cost of $42,832. Item number C12 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract 1 Pierce Aerial HD Ladder 107-foot single axle vehicle for the fire department at a cost of $1,799,999.56. Item number C13 is authorization to award RFP 24/001 for advanced water meter infrastructure AMI system to Badger Meter Inc. And the total contract amount is $9,279,657.59. Item number C14 is to approve authorization for the emergency purchase of disaster debris disposal services to Waste Management Inc. of Florida in the amount estimated to be $500,000. Item number C15 is to accept with regret the resignation of John Spagnola from the Board of Adjustment. Item number 16 is to accept with regret the resignation of Anthony Russo from the Police Officers Pension Board of Trustees. Item number C17 is to approve the appointment of Catherine Thompson to the Pinellas Park Police Officers Pension Board of Trustees with a term to expire October 31st, 2028. And that's the end of the consent agenda.
Thank you. Councilwoman Ms. Patty.
Thank you, Mayor Bradbury. Regarding the consent agenda, I would like to make a motion to pass, approve, or adopt whichever action is appropriate, items C1 through C17, inclusive with item C7 being first and final reading. The next public hearing will be held in council chambers on Thursday, December the 12th, 2024 at 6 p.m.
Second the motion.
Motion has been made and second. Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on items C1 through C17? Seeing none.
Motion. Sorry, motion carries unanimously.
We haven't voted yet.
We all voted.
City Council have any questions of staff on items C1 through 17?
Motion carries unanimously.
There was no.
You all voted.
It did.
Yes.
No, it's supposed to, sorry, we're working out kinks still. With consent agenda, you won't be physically voting, it'll be automatic,
Okay.
like on the tablet, so maybe we need to work that out.
We might.
Yeah.
It popped up, but I never pushed a button.
It already said green.
We have no regular agenda items.
Yeah.
So, at this time, Vice Mayor Seville.
I'll allow Mr. Cadell to go first. Mine's a little bit long-winded, so I'll let Tim go first. Tim and Ricky.
Well, I just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Hope that we keep in mind the people that are close to us and around us, people that we know, people that we don't know, all of the things that we really have to be thankful for in this community and this country. I personally am thankful to have the opportunity to work with all of these wonderful people and to serve on this council with my fellow council members.
We go all the way down this
Mr.
way.
Butler.
Okay. Now everybody's going to steal your thunder, Keith. That was kind of a rookie move. No, just ditto what Tim said. Of course, there's a lot of really good stuff going on in the city right now. It's been the last couple weekends have been a lot of fun. We had the Police and Kids Foundation, flag raising last weekend. It was awesome to see the work they've got going over there. The Ag Festival at the farm going on after that, which is a great turnout. I was out with TeenWorks this past weekend as was Councilmember Cadell at Broderick Park for their Give Back event. Had a lot of fun slinging mashed potatoes and turkey and all the delicious sides with them for members of the community that came out. Just a lot of good stuff going on. I'm out and about quite a bit, and we get a lot of compliments for staff. So, of course, definitely grateful for staff and everything they do. I'm going to steal Attorney Denhart said it earlier, but it's really remarkable some of the backgrounds that our staff has. Just listening to Diane and those things, it's just really cool. So we're lucky to have our staff. Appreciate that.
Is there a parade coming up?
There is a parade coming up Saturday, December 14th, 6 p.m., the 51st annual Pinellas Park Christmas Parade. Registration is now closed, thank goodness. We have a good sized parade this year, great bands lined up, so it's going to be a good time. Celebrate PinellasPark.com for more info.
Oh, I'm up. Ditto everything. And no, it is no, but I am truly blessed, and I'm very thankful to live in Pinellas Park and to be part of what we do and part of this community. I do, as I always say, check on your neighbor. Thanksgiving is probably one of the hardest holidays for not only the residents and our people in our village, but also our first responders. So just, check on your neighbors, check on everybody. If anybody needs anything, I always have an open door, but have a very blessed holiday. And that's all I got. But thank you.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
I just like to agree with everything all my colleagues said. I mean, everything. We just have a great community. We have a lot of good people that live in our community. I'm looking at maybe some new board members in the front row coming up in the future, getting involved.
Oh, there's only 2 people in the front row.
Oh, there's only 2. Give them an application. No, thank you. I'm glad you guys are here. You were here at the last meeting, right? I'm glad you're getting involved. And if you can bring your neighbors, anybody, that'd be fantastic. Very good. Thank you very much. And I'd just like to give a shout out to all of our staff for the job that they do.
Yep.
And y'all just have a blessed and happy Thanksgiving and be safe.
Whose birthday?
Huh? Yeah, my granddaughter has a 16th birthday. I can't talk too much. She might be watching. I doubt it, but you never know. No? It's Keith's oldest daughter's birthday today. So when we leave here, we'll be going there. That's all I got. Thank you.
Miss Lana, I know we have tons of stuff going on.
Oh, we do. Thank you, Mayor and City Council. Just though for the reminder, this Thursday and Friday, city facilities will be closed in observance of Thanksgiving. We have the tree lighting on December 6th at 6 p.m., and that is going to be the opening ceremony, essentially, to Holiday in the Park, which will start at 6 p.m. after the tree lighting, and it will also be on December 7th at 6 p.m. as well at England Brothers Park. Of course, we have the Christmas parade on December 14th, beginning at 6 p.m. And then the Senior Center has a hayride going on. Sign-ups are now. So the criteria is you have to be 50 plus with a current membership to the Senior Center. So that's all I have. Thank you.
I'm surprised someone else didn't already mention the new addition to the farm. I thought for sure you would, but you'll see a Facebook campaign to come up with a name for a brand new puppy that is gracing the farm. So it's adorable, of course, 6 weeks old. So it's a boy. So Lana's team will be putting out a little campaign to help figure out what to name the little tyke. Aggie. And that's the highlight. Of course, we have a few spots left for Breakfast with Santa on Saturday, December 7th. And the night before, you could make a hideously tacky Christmas ornament is the challenge at the library. Bad art night making a Christmas ornament the Friday before. So get in the spirit.
And at the Ag Festival, you guys had like 350 people, didn't you?
Yes, it was a great turnout. We need 2 tents for all the bunnies and rabbits to have some elbow room for people to walk through. But yeah, everyone really seemed to enjoy it. The vendors had a successful day, so very nice. Weather was beautiful.
An amazing job, all your staff did amazing. Everybody that was involved. I knew there was a lot behind that, but I haven't heard nothing but just crazy great. No,
I hear that eggs have gone up $3 a dozen.
Hey, if you had chickens in your backyard, it would be nothing.
And so I think that we should get some more chickens down at the egg farm and start going to town.
You need them in your backyard.
That's what I think. Happy Thanksgiving.
Keith and LaSharon? No. You're not going to wish your daughter a happy birthday live? Okay. Do we have stuff?
Just got to check. They're just collecting money for shopping.
Oh, very good. Very good. And when is that going to be?
December 21st, Saturday. It starts at the P-Walk, and then we move to Target to shop. So I'll be sending out another email for anybody else that would like to come. This year, Chief has designed with his own hand special holiday shirts for anybody that comes to help. So it says Census Helper on it. It has the Shop with a Cop and design on the back of it. But again, everybody that can come to help, because money doesn't seem to be the problem. It's volunteers, everybody that shows up, that's a kid getting Christmas, and we can bring in the program. Dallas Central Elementary, 75 homeless children just in the elementary school. That was before the storm. Try to get as many as we can get in. So.
And where can a citizen or a business call the police department's non-emergency number for you guys to come pick up a check?
They can come. They can ask for me. Any unit. They can just make out a check to the Pinellas Park Police Department, attention Shop with a Cop, and all proceeds go to the program. It goes directly to those children. So we'll be out and about. We've been collecting from a lot of businesses, a lot of generous businesses in our city. Turn them into quite a sales force out there. So we've been doing pretty good on that. We're just now trying to get our volunteers set up. So we've got Santa lined up. We got everything. We're ready to go pretty much. Many volunteers doing that. So we appreciate it. It's kind of this year. It's going to be shop in the general vicinity of cops. It's not every child gets a cop. It'll just be you have breakfast with the cops. Santa kind of steals the show, and then we'll if you're a parks worker, you can still have a kid. That's fine. It's all about the children. It's really not about the cops. It's just a fun name.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you.
Chiefs?
No shave November.
Chiefs. All righty. Well, as you can see all around all of the city staff, don't forget about the wonderful TeenWorks group. These are available at the rec centers, City Hall, where else?
Senior Center.
Senior Center. $10 donation, and it's a wonderful group of kids, so the money is going to a good cause because they turn it around and donate it to some group in our community, as you heard with the cooking that Councilmember Butler was at.
I was serving.
You were serving, not cooking. Okay.
No, big difference.
That might have been good, right?
Yes.
And they had leftovers, so they took them to the pantries. And we hope everybody has a blessed Thanksgiving holiday. As we've all said before, check on your neighbors, make sure they're okay. We hope that everybody has a blessed couple of weeks until we see you again. The meeting is adjourned.